Hello, good evening to you. Welcome. It's me, Andy, and Talkin. Really, I saw this article tonight. It was in Pulse, and it's a national health type, service paper online. So it's got all jobs and things like that in there, and useful information. It's about GPs and nursing staff as well. So this story, it says GPs will be paid £12.58 per jab, as details set out in the vaccination campaign from the government. They will only receive payment after the second of 2 doses. The Pulse understands that this will make the campaign cost neutral for practices, and that GPs will be expected to continue with other duties while they're doing it. Despite the workload implications, some GP leaders argued it was GPs' moral duty to take part in the programme. In the first instance, practices will be expected to work together in the local area. CCGs will be given 150 million to support practices with the rollout of the vaccination, to be distributed to as £2.72 per patient in their population. The BMA has said the programme should be ready before 1st of December, although the timing for when jabs can be administered depends on when the MHRA can approve the vaccine. So far they haven't done that yet. But it's probably just a formality. But both of the 2 vaccines in the running to be approved by the MHRA before the end of the year require patients to have 2 doses. Earlier this week, NHS England's chief executive acknowledged that there are logistical challenges, as one of those needs to be stored at minus 70 degrees centigrade. Pulse understands this vaccine is kept in 1,000 dose vials and is mixed with saline. It needs to be defrosted and used within 5 days. The vaccines are also expected to have side effects, including a temperature, which raises questions about what this is meant for take-up, as well as self-isolation requirements. Leading figures have this week confirmed that 2 vaccine trials are due to report before the end of the year, and new legislation means MHRA can give these a temporary license for immediate distribution. Interesting. So this is the changes to the Human Medicines Act, which came into force last month. Means that a wider range of workforce can be trained to administer the jabs. What I want to do now is have a look at the comments on this article, because they are an eye-opener. So these are all, bear in mind the audience here is generally GPs and doctors and nursing staff. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not the general public. David Turner, we need to be paid after the first dose. No other professional group would accept an enormous challenge of work without remuneration. Prime Minister, so we're punished for patients not turning up for the second dose. Insanity. Reckons the messaging will be as muddled as every other message from the government. Right, okay. So here's another one. Mr. Marvellous. Right, patient has first jab, feels unwell due to temperature, doesn't attend for second jab, GP gets paid nothing. Wonderful. Claire Dyer's got a point. 1,000 unit vial, 5 days, each one needing to draw up and mixing, say 10 minutes per appointment at best. That is 2,000 minutes per day. So 33 hours of vaccinations per day. So 4 members of staff doing 8 hours plus a vaccination for 5 days. Obviously with no promise of money if side effects are too great. Don't forget they haven't decided what the side effects are yet. So just looking at a tweet above, COVID-19 and its mutations threaten the existence of the human race. In order to save humanity, maybe they could pay a wee bit more. Quite right. Chris, GP, looks like he could be a GP. Only get paid if the patient comes back for the second jab. Why would any sane person agree to this? More significantly, why would the employer ask for this unless there is something in it for them? I have thought about it, and basically, you can cough. Quite right, Chris, I don't blame you. David Jenkins, you have to decide now, before November the 13th, which practice in your PCN is willing to be available 7 days a week to do this work. You have to give both jabs in order to be paid. Why would anybody, even someone on minimum wage, agree to this treatment by an employer? Just say, no thank you, I'd rather be making mince pies. Subhash has a very good point. Makes the same point as before about storage might have 70, then 1,000 doses in 5 days, 200 doses a day. GP practice nurses can't stop doing day-to-day work. How would small practices manage? Mind-boggling. Yeah, quite right. And of course, what I'm concerned about is the last 200 on day 5. How do they know it's going to be okay? Because it says it lasts 5 days. But, people getting the last 200 doses, it's been defrosted for 5 days. I would be a bit concerned. Right, there's something about moaning about money. Something about questioning the basic maths. So they've got to triage any old crap people can come up with, see the serious stuff face to face, blah blah blah. How many? And then of course this is what really worried me. Okay, I've had jabs before. I've had hepatitis B and tetanus jabs before now, and you have it and then you go. This one is a bit concerning because what they say is that you have to stay for at least 20 minutes. It's not cost neutral. I have 30k patient practice and economies of scale. This is very different to giving flu vaccines because patients have to remain on site for 20 minutes, maintain social distancing and blah blah blah. So it's a very good point there when they say, because that's something that you don't have to do for other ones. So why is that? So, and this one here, David Banner, non-attendance for second dose likely to be huge, especially if side effects are common. After Twitter has spread the word about how horribly ill it will make you feel, huge swathes of people will gamble on just one dose. Whoever dreamt up non-payment for one dose is a genius. An evil genius. That sounds like the government, yes. Very good. So, when you consider that these are all, professional people that are being told to administer this unnecessary vaccine, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? These are the professional people that are on the front line who have to give it. And of course, this is a vaccine for something which has a 99.8% recovery rate at the moment, despite all the bullshit that we keep on hearing about deaths and everything else and cases and everything else that's going on. This is the real facts of the matter, that they're paying very little for something, and of course you have to have two. My immediate question that comes up is, what is the point if you have to have two and you only have one? Then what happens? I mean, are you covered, or is it a waste of time having one? Is it dangerous to have one, or is it, all of these questions relating to? So you have one and you find you don't like it, you feel ill, or you have a side effect, so you don't go back. Does that cover you? There's nothing in it. There's nothing mentioned. Anyway, if any of you are queuing up round the corner to get your little jab, now you know that basically the doctor or a GP is going to be getting £12.58, but you do need to go back for both of them. So even if you don't like it, and it makes you ill, tough tea it is, because you need to have two, and maybe you'll think twice about it. No pun intended. Right, have a good day. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.